I just want to remind everybody before we get going here real quick that our friends over at Melt Premium Mushroom Chocolates are offering buy one, get one free to No Simple Road listeners for the month of November. So if you are wondering what to get somebody and stuff in their stocking, if you're going to put some chocolate in there, make sure it's some really good mushroom chocolates. Every bar has 4 grams of their premium mushroom blend. There is 9 flavors to choose from. Go to Instagram at Melt Mushrooms, MELTMUSHROOMS. Give them a follow, shoot them a DM, tell them that No Simple Road sent you. They'll send you their menu, and then you can get buy one, get one free from them of some of their delicious flavors. Stuff the stockings, deck the halls, and deck your brain with Melt Premium Mushroom Chocolates. One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Oh, that's cool.
And third party tested. They test everything with the third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com. One of our favorite sponsors is back.
Why can't every day be like this? No Simple Road. Yeah, no, I've been on that road too.
Hey, what's up?
What's happening?
What's going on, man?
Oh, nothing.
We're
How
back.
you doing?
We're back with another edition of the No Simple Road Weekly Rewind. Brought
Weekly
to you.
Rewind.
Weekly rhyme.
Rewind.
Okay, that too. In collaboration with the Edible Beats out of Denver, Colorado.
Woo,
Edible
Denver,
Beats.
Colorado.
They're doing all kinds of rad shit right now. You should go check out their website. They're doing the Chef Throwdown. Think like Chopped, but like the dopest chefs in Denver competing against each other for prize money that they can donate to the charity of their choice. I think it's like $5 grand or something like that that they're giving away. And it's free. You can actually go there for free and watch this thing. So you should go check it out.
Got to make a reservation.
Yep. Yeah, you can't just show up at Ophelia's and be like, hey, I'm here to see the Chef Throwdown thing. And I think it's on December. I'm going to say December 5th.
Yeah, there's 2 Tuesdays left. You're listening to this on Monday, so there's Tuesday the 28th and then Tuesday the 5th.
Yeah, so go over to the Ophelia's website and then also check out all the dope shit that the Edible Beats is doing, because they are creating a new world through treating their employees right and taking care of each other and creating a family that makes delicious food and rad entertainment.
Yeah, so at Linger Denver, at Ophelia's Den, at Vital Root Den, at L5 Denver, and then at Root Down Den.
Okay, those are all the Instagram places.
Yep.
And we were lucky enough to visit Linger, and oh my gosh, every bite was just heaven.
I still think about that brunch that we had.
You know,
those sweet potato waffle fries with the hot honey on them was
the trip was all about the hot honey. Dick's weekend was all about the hot honey and pizza.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the pizza at Ophelia's with the hot honey on it. I do that every time we get pizza now. I got to drizzle a little hot honey on it.
Speaking of hot honey, we got Jack McGrane here in the studio.
Hot honey is right. Bodhi Mojo's Jack McGrane. Thank you for being here.
Hey, nothing much. Just hanging out on a Sunday. Thought I'd pop in and see some good friends. Thanks for having me over.
Yeah.
Always.
Jack, we're doing a get down at the get down.
We got a thing going on.
So
this is exciting.
Tell me, because you came to me originally and were like, hey, I've been thinking about something, and you laid the idea out for me, and I just happened to be thinking of the exact same thing.
Yeah, you're already thinking about it.
Yeah, so tell the people a little bit about what your concept was for this.
Yep. So I think I just thought in my head, I was like, No Simple Road, they've been around forever. Lots of people know your name. You guys are like talking on podcasts a lot, and then we've done like at Mojo Family Fest, you guys have done live podcasts, but I haven't seen you guys like do an event, an on-stage thing. I was like, I think that'd be cool. And I think it was probably inspired by the stuff you did with Andy Frasco at Ophelia's.
Okay,
I think I saw that and I was like, we should do that here. So I just thought I'd pop it in, and then Aaron was already thinking about it.
Yeah. It's especially especially this time of year too, like it seems like the holidays are one or the other for people. Like it's either a time of the year where they fucking can't stand the holidays or they love the holidays. And for both groups of people, it's awesome to be able to be around the people that you love the most at the holidays, and the people that really don't like the holiday time. It's awesome to have some support and something to do where you can be around your homies, you know?
Yeah, okay, that's ringing a bell too, because I think that was part of what I was thinking is like, you know, when I listen to your guys' podcast, you have a very, like, this is the weekly recap. So you guys are very like, I think really talented at just like recapping things and taking them in as a whole, and, you know, talking about nostalgia and I think like an end of the year thing would be perfect, because we've done a lot of shit this year. You guys have been busy. It's been a huge year.
Everybody that's going to be there everybody's had a hell of a year.
Every one of those bands that's represented at the Get Down, Holiday Get Down, has worked their tails off this year. I feel like there's been so much momentum. Maybe it's because of coming out of COVID and, you know, we're kind of getting our wings back, but every single one of those bands is working so hard. You guys are working hard, Family Mystic, all of that. And so I think out of what we're doing, it's so great to like highlight and showcase that, to bring one member from everybody to kind of represent and do something really new and kind of monumental for our scene here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. Jack and I have actually like talked at shows about, we both feel like what's happening here in the Pacific Northwest right now is really special musically. This scene is awesome. And the way that the bands here all support each other, there's no like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like there's a big competition between all of you guys. It's kind of like we're all on the same team and we support each other. Is it?
It feels like that. I think it's probably less competitive than places like Nashville or New York.
Yeah.
I think Portland has a way of kind of like, if you get too hot-headed, like too big for yourself, it has a way of just like evening you out. You know, it's like
self-regulating.
You can like never get too big for your britches, like, because it's like everyone's a kind of on an equal playing field in Portland. There's exceptions, but I do think that, I mean, like with Sponge and Bodhi Mojo, we kind of have like some just brotherly competition. We give each other shit and stuff.
That's cool and healthy and fun.
Like and just like we push each other, you know, and then we do it in the band too. But it is a pretty like supportive environment. I'm really grateful to be a part of it.
And to be all jam bands, everyone is so different from each other.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
another thing that I really appreciate about the diversity in our scene is like, yeah, we all kind of fall under that umbrella of jam scene, but it's so different. And any night of the week that any one of you is playing, you're going to get a funk, cool throwdown, but in a completely different, awesome way.
Different flavors. for
Different
sure.
flavors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Bodhi is not like
Anything.
Sponge, and Sponge is not like the Garcia Birthday Band, and the Garcia Birthday Band is definitely not like Lost Ox, and yeah, it's definitely different expressions in that jam style.
Yeah.
It just blows me away the community of all of it though. That's the thing that really like trips me out. Coming from Vegas, like there was a community there, but it was way different than this. Coming here and seeing the way that the musicians are supported, and it's the same people coming to a lot of the shows,
And they cross over too.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And
when you see a lot of band members from other bands that are like go to a Bodhi Mojo show, you're going to see members of Sponge, Lost. You know, you're going to see members of other bands that are supporting them.
Yeah,
as
we're
well,
working it hard.
coming to see their homies playing.
I like
Heck
going to
yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
well, and then we need to talk about what we're doing with the raffle thing too.
Yeah.
You want to start?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a very important person in our community, personally a great friend of mine, and I know everybody else here too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's Karen, the dancing lady. You may know her.
Yes.
You might see her
Woo!
dancing on Instagram. You might
Spinning
see her
around.
out at Mount Hood dancing. But if you see her, she's dancing.
She is dancing.
She's always moving.
And she's just a really bright light in my life. She's helped me through. She's kind of introduced me to the idea of like unrelenting positivity and unrelenting forgiveness, non-judgment. Like I truly feel like I could fuck up in the most monumental way, and she would not bat an eye, and she would always like unconditionally love me. And I
Wow.
think that I really mean she like has that for everybody as
Yeah.
well.
I agree.
It's really inspiring.
That is inspiring.
So Karen has she moved out of her house, bought a van. She's been traveling, doing festivals and stuff, the Happy Day van. And then recently she was on her way to a Family Mystic show, and she got rear-ended on the 405 bridge and totaled her van, you know, which
And
is
her
also
van slash her house.
Yeah.
van slash your house.
And her job.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was, that was a tough thing for her. And she's just a really important person. And
yes,
like,
she is.
not only to me, but like to have her dancing at shows to bring the vibe, like I can't even say how important it is. Like she can really she has this like incredible gift to make everyone be like, fuck it. Like what is this, like all these thoughts you have in your head of like, should I dance? Am I going to look silly? Like I see it all the time. She starts dancing and then everyone's just, their guard drops,
Yeah,
you know,
she
and
gives
then she
permission.
can make a show pop off. Like she really has the gift to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I say, yeah, if you're up there at the front doubting yourself, all of a sudden Karen comes spinning by smiling. It just encourages you to do that, to
Yeah.
jump in, let it go.
I know she's your friend, but from a musician standpoint, you said that she can get things pop. How as a musician is she helping to pop it off by being her dancing, twirly enthusiastic self? Like how does that help the musician?
I think it sees like, you know, sometimes you can, when you're playing a show, you can like feel like you're going through the motions and be like, okay, now I pick up my guitar, I play this song, I do this, and then you're supposed to start dancing, and it's like this formulaic thing.
Mm-hmm.
When she's around and other people are dancing too, it's like, you see music as like a supplementary thing. You have a role
wow.
to something greater. You know, you're kind of like, music is like the conduit to being able to express yourself or being able to be
Yeah.
together with other people, you know? So like just having you know, anybody kind of like dance it's just a good reiteration of that.
And
That's
she's
rad.
she's such a uninhibited spirit. When you see her, you instantly can feel whatever music is happening in the room. If you were having trouble connecting, when you see her doing her thing, it's like, oh, that's what's happening. And then I know for me, my first interaction with her ever was at String Summit in 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
And I saw her dancing by the lake in the morning. We were at the kids area seeing Banshee Tree, and she was dancing by the lake. I had never met her before. I didn't know who she was. And this woman was beaming with light, spinning by herself by the lake. And I started crying and was like, I need to go tell her like what just happened, and went up and introduced myself and gave her a hug. And I had no idea that's her. Like, that's what she does all the time. You know what I mean? And now all these years later, she's Karen, the dancing lady. But anyway, please continue. So her house got fucked over.
House is fucked. Car's fucked.
Yep. Yeah.
She's, really just going through like big energetic shift. So what we want to do, and you guys brought this idea up, is help her out. Let's get a raffle going and try to raise some money to cover the cost of her van.
Yes.
And get her going to shows and just, bringing some light to, an already beautiful person,
Yeah.
like she's an important part of the community. I think it's a good thing to do. So we're going to do a raffle at the show, at the Get Down, the No
That's
Simple
right.
Road Holiday Family Get Down
at the Get Down
on
Heck
December
yeah.
7th.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we're going to be giving away.
We're putting together a prize pack, including some of Mike Dubois' artwork and Fire on the Mountain, something from them, a prize pack from No Simple Road, and a couple more goodies. We're going to try to get as much as we can. And raffle tickets will be $5 or 5 for $20. And we'll be selling them at the show. So this is only at the show. And we will, announce the winner at the show as well, and give the prize pack away and give Karen the proceeds that follow that.
Yeah. So just to help you all with the story a little further. So her van / house / way she makes money got smashed. She was figuring out how she was going to do what she was going to do. Her insurance actually gave her the money to buy a new van. So she has a new van, but the inside of it is not ready to be lived in yet. It needs to be outfitted so that it's livable for her.
Yes.
And so that's what we're doing, is helping her get her space comfy and cozy
get
for
where
the
she
winter.
needs to
So
be.
she's safe and warm and happy and able to spread the light that she
light,
spread.
yeah.
You know,
She deserves it.
It'll be good
Absolutely.
if you're like
Deserves it.
giving her some love. That's like the den mother. Like, I mean, every time I see her at a show, it makes me smile even more. Like, we walk into a show and start seeing people, and it's not complete until you see
No.
Karen.
and she's
And
at
she
every
always
fucking
smiles
show,
and
too.
comes running over, and
She's got quite the tally going.
I've never seen anybody hug so many people at a show. Like, she knows everybody. She's just going around.
Well,
giving
I've
out
seen
and collecting
people
hugs.
go up to her the same way that you did, that don't know her, and be like, "Oh my God, I'm just watching you dance, and thank you so much." I've seen it
It's a
happen
thing.
multiple times.
No.
If you see something like that and you're not used to it, it does bring light. It is like, whoa, she's just smashing it, twirling and smiling and in her own world, but also hugging people and knowing their names. And so you just like, if someone's from the outside coming in looking, they're like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this woman? And this woman is a huge part of the scene, like Jack was saying, and a grand light. She's a bright light. She's a grand light. And we just want to do something, when times get tough, we all have tough times. It's easy to forget that you are loved, or that you are special, or not to second guess yourself. You just kind of fall into your own shit. Exactly. But to be able to share something like this, and she's not expecting this, and who knows if she'll hear this or not, but this was just going to be a beautiful way to bless somebody that we all love in the community.
Yeah, even like aside from the van thing, even if that's all covered and she's got a place, like this could be framed as like an opportunity just to support someone
Yes.
who is doing a fucking cool thing. Like, I had this thought at one of our shows recently, and I was watching her dance. I was like, how is it that like the way our society is structured, that like someone that has this much influence on art and community has to like struggle for money, or like, she doesn't get paid to dance. I'm like, that's like,
Should.
it doesn't make it.
Yeah,
should.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have to. She should not have to pay to get into
That's
a
not
show.
how it works, really. But
Yeah.
this is like, could be an opportunity for that
Yeah.
to be things like, hey, she has a gift, she has an art, and this is a way to support
Let's
that.
support it.
Yeah, yeah.
I got to ask you guys too. I think I said this to Erin when I first found out, I found out she was doing Uber. I'm like, how cool would that to be, that this van pulls up and picks you up, and
Happy
Karen,
day.
Karen is your Uber driver. Like you're like a tourist coming to town, and that's your welcome to Portland. And she'd probably like give a tour wherever you're going and everything. I think she'd be the coolest Uber driver ever.
Yeah, you're not getting the silent Uber
You
ride.
get a couple.
with Karen, the
You get a
dancing
couple
lady.
stickers on your way out and stuff. Like wow.
Anybody that can like change the vibe of a room just by being themselves, that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you've got that, like you said, that should be supported.
It should.
Yeah.
1,000%. And it is weird. It's weird that we don't value that as a society. Like,
We don't monetize it. I think we do value it.
Right,
you know, we don't monetize it, and that's different. And I know that that's something that she's talked about with me also. Like a lot of the people that are servers or industry workers, they don't get paid aptly for what they do. They can change someone's life, you know? Like if you're having a bad day and your barista hands you your coffee and you take that first sip and it's amazing, and you were having a shit day just 2 minutes before, that can change your whole day. And so I know that she's a big believer in that. Like a lot of people that are just working these seemingly menial jobs, you can have these interactions with people and literally change the course of their day or even their week, you know? I know I've done it to people by just giving flowers at work, and it changes their whole mood.
you guys are allowed to do that at your job?
Oh yeah.
You're allowed to give
If someone's
flowers
having
to
a
people?
bad day, if someone's got a birthday, if somebody's any reason, you can just give flowers away.
Really?
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so
Right on,
we
TJs.
we do it often when, you know, when it's relevant, but like Karen's just giving herself away.
Yeah.
She's given herself her smiles, her shine. I was bringing this up because I wanted to at Dancing Lady Productions. This is Karen's email. If you go on there, she has something called the Sticker Stoke Club, and you can join that and help her that way. And she sends you stickers. So that's another cool way to support her if you want to in the meantime. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and it's at dancingladyproductions.com.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Right on, Mel. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody knew about that?
No.
Okay, so she also has a TED Talk, just FYI for people.
What?
Why?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yes, she
Yeah,
does.
yeah, she flew down. I think she went to Austin, gave a TED Talk.
I didn't know where it was, but I did know that. So yeah, man, just she's got a lot.
Karen's
She's
dope.
got a lot going on in her life. She's still got a lot more. So you know, like Jack, you were right. Just supporting somebody in the scene, whether she's on hard times or not. This is a great
Right on.
opportunity to do that. And I'm really excited that we get to do this for her at the Get Down.
And also, like, beyond that, the wider Portland musical community, all these bands, all the people that show up to see the bands with us all the time, like, this is our home. This is our family.
Yeah.
And the holidays is a time for that, to gather with family. And, we say it all the time, that it's the No Simple Road family or whatever, but I think it's important for all of us to be together this time of the year and cut loose and have fun and see each other and be in the same room together and spend time together and laugh and have a good time, and remember that we've all worked really fucking hard this year and gone through all the shit that we've gone through, and the good times and the bad times and all that.
Hard times.
Yeah. And we made it. There's some of us that didn't.
No.
And so we need to celebrate each other too in that. And I'm stoked that Portland is our home, and I'm doubly stoked that we get to be a part of this community that we're part of. And so doing this was, like Jack was saying, the way to gather everybody together to have one last boogie before the clock flips over in 24. Because
That's right.
we are poised to have a really weird next few months in 2024. It's
Yeah.
gonna get weird.
Why is that?
The world's just an odd place
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
man. It's
The election year
elections
coming up.
and
Yeah.
all
where
the
there's
shit
a lot
that's
of
happening
things.
on the planet is really weird. So we need to balance that out with some positivity and love and light as much as possible. And I've actually paid attention more lately to news than I have in a really long time. And part of me was thinking, like, how can you like justify going out and having a good time when all this darkness is going on in the world? And I really feel like this is my way of pushing back that darkness by going out and being with the people that I love and feeling that connection to other human beings and like listening to music and being free and forgetting about all that shit that's going on out there for a little while and letting my light shine kind of pushes that thing back.
And that stokes the love to balance out that bad stuff. We all just leaned into it. You got to keep the love going to keep that balance.
Well, I feel like it's an antidote for that. You're saying, how can we? I think we need to. I think, think about the heaviness when you're by yourself and you're kind of depressed versus when you're out with your friends and you're literally having a good time. The energy level is so much higher and so much lighter. And so by being by ourselves and being sad or being miserable or being kind of, in our own bubble, it's a heavier energy. And when we're together gathering and celebrating, it's a lighter energy. And that's what the world needs right now. That's the antidote to all that heavy news and all that. Someone else is at war. Someone else is dying. Someone else is like stole this. Someone, like we all know those things are going on, but it's our job when we can and when it's right to celebrate and bring that energy back up.
Yeah. You can't like change other people. You can only change yourself. You can't help other people. You can only help yourself. Yeah. I heard that recently, like any kind of like greater change will always start from within.
Think about if you're floating around in this good mood and you're like, dang, Jack, what's up with you? Why do you look so good? What are you so happy about?
Hey,
you're like, I don't know. Jack, you always look good. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But then that literally affects my energy level. I'm like, okay, like Jack's got it going on. What's up?
Like we were talking about with Karen.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. If Karen wasn't there and she's at home sad, that's no good for the world. We need her out being happy, dancing, twirling, and we need to find our own inner Karen and go do whether
like whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is, not the dance, but do your thing.
I've actually thought what you just said, Jack. I've thought that a lot. Like Ram Dass says, tend the part of the garden you can reach, right? Like the whole experience of being alive on planet Earth, everything that's happening in my world is being decoded by my brain. Like all this is all sensory input that's going in here. And I'm the manifester of all this shit, right? And you, yours, and Mel, hers. And we all happen to be experiencing something similar right now. But this thing that's happening is in here. So if I want out here, outside of me to change, the only way to do that is to start inside myself. Like you said, I've thought that so many times when I've been high and been like, whoa, I could, like changing the inside of myself actually will have a tangible ripple out into the world around me. And our heaviness, if we're carrying weight with us, that goes where we go. It shows up. I know I see it. If I wake up in the morning and like you fucking stub your toe and you're like, God damn it, I don't feel like going to work today. And then you poke yourself with a toothbrush and and then you spill your coffee and it's rolling. Like downward spiral. Here goes, oh, well, fuck, here goes another day. And then you can just see it happen, unfold because it started inside of you. And it's this outward thing now that's self-fulfilling prophecy of
you're affirming I'm having a shitty day or whatever,
and then you go to sleep and you're like, maybe it'll be better tomorrow.
No shit.
It is sometimes.
Yeah, but if you flip the script on that and you start turning it around, you can actually see the way that your trip starts to spill out onto other people if you're paying attention. Like I know, like walking into work, I've seen a cloud over everybody that is in my department, and I'll do my best to be positive and, shine a light, and I can see it lift. Like you can feel the mood change. You can,
it's almost fun to like do it as a game, like
a thought experiment.
Let's see if I can like make so-and-so happy. You don't got to say nothing to that person, but you just kind of go, hey, what's going on? Like, how you doing? You look nice today.
You tickle them.
No, but you know what I mean? Like it can,
Giving a hug.
Best not be tickling me out.
We're fighting.
I say giving a hug's a big one. I always make sure to hug. I think we all do.
I ain't hugging people.
All of us, we're like very used to hugging and being hugger, but like people that are more square, normal, whatever, aren't used to getting hugs and stuff from somebody. It's fun to give people hugs, and then almost all the time they're receptive. Even at first they're kind of like,
Do you
and
ask
then they're
permission
like,
before you do that?
It depends on the person. Yes, with some people, yes. Some you just
Yeah.
go up, and most people, if
Okay.
you go up to hug them, they accept it usually, even if it's a little stiff or something.
I think
I like hugging people that look like they haven't had a hug in a while.
Oh,
Like
that's
need a
sweet.
hug. You can see that in people sometimes. It's like that
Oh,
person
yeah.
just needs a hug.
Yeah.
I think most of us just need a hug.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I think that might solve a lot of the
usually
world's
always
problems right now.
helps.
Is giving out hugs. Earlier we were talking about the holidays, and for some people it's tough, and some people love it. Where do you sit on the love it or hate it scale of the holidays, Jack?
I love it.
Do
Love
you? Why?
it.
I love it.
Why so?
I always had really good. My mom, Christmas was really important to her as a kid.
Aw.
Like her family never had a lot of money, but Christmases were like a time where they gave her presents, and it's always been about family for me. And then this year I won't be able. This will be the first time for the holidays I won't be able to see my mom. Because she's like traveling and stuff. But it's also really important for her to see her kids over the holidays. I lost a brother when I was younger, so it's like she needs that. Actually, he died today. He passed away
Wow.
about 22 years ago. So
Wow.
I called my mom today, but it's always like really important for her, you know. And sometimes I feel
Yeah.
like I do go home just for her, but then like when I get there, I'm like, oh, it's a beautiful thing, and I
Aw.
love
It's
my
for
mom.
you too.
Right
Yeah,
it's
on.
for, it's for
Right
everybody.
on. I completely understand what that's like. It feels, I was telling these guys the other day, like I was growing up, my mom loved/hated holidays. She hated them,
This doesn't
but
make
she
sense.
celebrated them like a lot. Like she would buy presents and the food and like the house and all that, but she was always depressed. And so I grew up like celebrating it, but kind of with an attitude at the same time.
Doing
And
it like this.
and I felt myself that happening to me this year. I felt myself like falling into kind of like an attitude about the holiday itself, not about anything in particular, just itself. And I called myself out on it, and I told on myself to these guys.
You did
I
too.
told them because I didn't want to keep it. And really what it was is I miss my kids. It doesn't feel like the holidays without my kids around. And so I was just getting sad about being without my kids, not about the holiday itself. And so I had to kind of check myself. And I know what that is. It's like when you're a parent, especially if you have something tragic as like losing a child, you want to be around that. It's like you created this, you created these lives, and now they're all spread everywhere. And like, you're alone, not like by yourself, like you don't have a partner, but like you're alone without your kids. And that just is a hard reality for moms everywhere.
Yeah, I can't imagine that feeling.
It sucks. Dude, Simon just went home, and like, I was at work left work at like 5 a.m. and came down and gave him a kiss. He was sleeping, dead asleep. But like, he still looks like a little baby to me. He's a freaking grown old man, dude. He's like 21 years old and stuff. Yeah. And just seeing him sleep and
He's got
like
a beard.
That's exactly. I like stubbled when I went to give him a kiss and stuff. Like, but like, it's special. It's special to be around your kids, and it makes it feel like the holidays. Kids make it feel like that. So I totally understand where your mom's coming from, and that's cool that you do that when you do.
Yeah.
When you can.
What are you doing
For the holidays?
Yeah.
I don't really have any plans. It's been December's a super busy month for me with shows. I got like playing a show every 3 days.
Heck yeah. Let's hear about
on
it.
average. Okay, here we go. So we're doing I'm playing a new project called Strawberry Soul.
Oh, that's right. Can you bring that up? Can you talk about that?
Yep. So this is led by Madison True, who's a good friend and an amazing singer.
Madison, we still need to get you out here. We talked about this at Bodhi Mojo.
She crushes, dude. That girl can sing the fucking blues, and like she sings with so much passion, and we've like just always connected super hard musically. So that's exciting. So we got Thomas from Supernatural Beavers on drums. We got Chaz from Legato Gusto, and then Owen from Bodhi. So
Cool.
5-piece, doing some soul covers, keeping it light, keeping it funky, some improvisation, some jamming. So we're doing a Goodfoot residency. So every Tuesday at the Goodfoot.
Right on.
Yeah.
Dope.
And then we got the No Simple Road gig. Bodhi Mojo's playing with Spafford for 2 nights for their New Year's run.
Yeah, you are.
We'll see you there.
We'll be there on
Hell
the
yeah.
30th.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so a lot of big stuff. And like, dude, I get, sometimes I just like sit at night and just get these like panics, you know?
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like,
About what?
just like imposter syndrome stuff, you know, like feeling undeserving of, dude, like I used to watch Spafford, one of the first jam bands I ever saw when I was 18, and like out in Denver, and just completely mind blown at Brian Moss's guitar playing. And then like now that I'm opening a show for him is like, yeah, it just freaks me
Congratulations.
out, dude.
I can't
But
say
it's
I totally get.
It's
what you're talking about.
Congratulations,
Thank
Jack.
you. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you can't do that if you don't deserve
You
it.
didn't earn it.
Right.
You
right.
really
I try to
can't.
remind myself of that.
You wouldn't even be in their radar. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't even be an option for you. But not only is it an option, you're doing it and you deserve it and you've worked your tail off for it.
Yeah, man. You don't need me to blow smoke up your ass, but you guys have.
Maybe he does.
You guys have worked really hard.
You need smoke blown up your ass.
Blow away.
Boof in a joint. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, man, you guys have worked really hard. And I can say that like Mojo Family Fest, seeing you guys playing all the time, all over the place in the Pacific Northwest, you've put the work in. So of course that's what's gonna happen. But I mean,
you guys get it too. Do you ever
dude.
be like, what the fuck am I doing on this podcast thing or
Oh,
something?
yeah.
Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
just get that
Yeah,
feeling
why
of
do-
like, what am I actually
Why
doing?
do people want to hear what I have to say?
Or like
Yeah.
when people want to be on the show,
That-
that's
yeah.
what gets me. Like, you want to talk to us? Like, what, how, and why? Like, that definitely happens. But you know, I think that it's good to stay humble, but it's also really, really good to stay confident. It's so good to stay confident because that's the key for other people to give them permission to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's watching you, because you're the front man right on stage, and you've got that confidence, it lets somebody else be like, I could freaking do that. Look at him up there. Like it's so cool.
or
to
I want to
see.
do that. I want to learn how to do that. Like you did with
Exactly.
Spafford.
Right.
Yes. So I'm about both that humility and confidence. And if there could be like this, like, you know, perfect balance of the two, that would be amazing.
I can remember this year standing behind that curtain at Ophelia's, waiting for our music to go on and being like,
That was
what the fuck am I doing here? Like,
It's like a wild feeling.
my
Though. It's kind of
God.
fun.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking awesome.
And when we were standing there too, like we were all psyched getting ready, and then they're like, we're gonna delay like another 15 minutes to let more
Jesus.
crowd come in, because people were coming in. No, like that made sense, but it was like, we're ready to go right now. Now we got to stand here nervously for another 15 minutes behind the curtain waiting. And
honestly, for me, I felt so much more.
I felt like
relief.
I was literally gonna shit my pants and throw up and pass out.
That would have made for a hell of a show.
Oh, it would have been great.
Dude, if you did that on stage,
dude, Frasco would have loved it.
We're going
He
on
would've been
tour.
like, fuck yeah.
I came out and like played a song about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I totally get it. And you know what?
Right on.
We've done the work.
it's the thought. It's just like, you know,
Yeah.
I think it doesn't get me too much, but you know, you have those
No, yeah,
moments
yeah.
and I think it's a healthy thing. I'm trying to see it as like a positive thing to know that one, it's like real when you have that. It's like a very real emotion.
Yeah.
So that's nice to remind yourself. You're like, okay, this is like something very real that I'm doing and that's important to me. And but then it passes, you know, but like, I think you're right, Mel. It's like, and then you got to put the work in to get confidence.
Yes.
You know, like sometimes you can kind of fake it, but really it just comes back to like, I've been learning like in those moments, be like, all right, pick up the guitar. Let's go. Like, what have you been missing? Let's do this.
Do you ever have those moments on stage of like, oh shit,
What kind of
Less so on stage. Like
Okay.
once the music's
Yeah.
going, after the first song, I'm like, okay, we're chilling. You know,
Okay.
I'm having fun. Oh yeah, I love this. Like,
Okay.
it makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. It's usually like when I'm just like at night, you know, dude, I had this one experience a few weeks ago where it was like 2 a.m. and someone from Blue Egyptian gave me like their grandma's edibles, which is like, I should have known at first, dude.
Oh.
And then I started getting like real high. And then I was like,
Oh shit.
we had a party at my house. I was the only person who actually lived in my house. And like, I just had like a low key panic attack, you know, I was like breathing,
Just
like,
breathe.
heavy breathing. And then I start thinking, but like all these like negative thoughts going through my head. And then I start thinking, oh shit, people outside can hear me breathing. So I was like, all right, breathe quieter. and then I was like, well, people downstairs can probably hear me breathing.
They're gonna call the cops.
And then I was like, what brought me out of it? I was like, wait, this is my fucking house. I can breathe if I want to. I was like, dude, you're good.
You have an attitude, walk out, and be like, I'll breathe if I want to. Everybody's like, okay.
I'm trying to sleep, dude. What the
Fuck. Right on,
Fucking
Jack.
weed, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Few things
Well,
on the
especially
planet.
edibles. Especially
Yeah.
edibles.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just twists you up.
Dude, I couldn't smoke forever because that would happen every time. Every fucking time. And it's worse than any other drug. When that happens, like, you're fucked till it's gone.
Yeah.
You're just hold on and wait for it to end. I would like literally go get in my bed and put the pillow over my head and lay there. And if I heard Mel or Apple like down the hall, I'd be like, they're gonna come in here and yell at me. They hate me right now. They think I'm stupid. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like
Mhm.
We did hate him.
I
thought he
know,
was
and they
stupid,
did come
but-
in and yell.
I think about
Turns out you
I
were
think
right.
about Dumb and Dumber when he got like he ate the hot chilies and you're like,
It's not funny. Yeah, man, that stuff. I think it's funny that it was his grandma's edibles, though.
Dude, it's always the grandma's. I've heard that story so many times. It's like, I think I just got to know if someone's grandma's made the edibles, you're in for it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're strong.
And we're at a point in history now with like legalization, and the 60s have passed that grandmas are making edibles.
oh
Like,
yeah.
when we were kids, grandmas weren't making edibles, dude.
I bet some grandmas were on low key.
On the-
I was saying,
DL.
there's
Oh, yeah.
probably a few
I bet there
dope
were.
ones that were.
Yeah, but now if you get a hold of grandma's edibles, you're in for a treat or a ride.
Or not
I was
a
like-
treat.
Your guy Darwin smells like a burnt tire fire sometimes. I swear to God.
Do he light you up?
I just sit here like my eyes. It was like
Me and Aaron were relaxing
Oh.
yesterday on the couch. It was all cute, cuddling. Next thing you know, that exactly, Apple. My
when you
eyes
hear
are
that,
all like,
it's like, oh no.
and then he gives you the look back. He's like,
He'll look at you like, sorry, I
Wow.
shit on your face. So Apple, your turn about the holidays. dude.
About the holidays.
Yeah.
we just talked about the holidays.
No, we
no, about the love it or hate it
Yeah,
thing.
come on, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I didn't get to say nothing. I get
I get to say
guess it
nothing.
doesn't
He's
matter.
Fucking Santa
No.
Claus.
Well, I would say now I love them again. I went through a period when we were living in Vegas. Like I loved it as a kid. It was me and my mom and my sister, and we always decorated, had fun, did arts and crafts things. We did like the popcorn on the thread.
I remember doing that with you guys.
You remember doing that?
Mhm.
Like we always had a dope tree, and then growing up, then my mom got remarried. We all moved, and then I didn't really carry on any tradition on my own. I was like a single dude living with people, bouncing around, and I totally lost the Christmas spirit for a long time until pretty much you guys brought it back to me when I moved back to Vegas in 2007 and started. I always spent the holidays with you guys because you had the kid. It was the funnest. You had the kids. You guys went all out. You had family over from both sides. It was always something going on.
Yeah.
So that brought it back. And then moving up here in 2016 with Simon still living in the house, we always made a point to decorate, get a tree, get a pie. And I like that you guys did like the real tree. I knew a lot of people in Vegas, and I get it in Vegas. Vegas, a tree would dry out so fast.
45 minutes.
Like, yeah, poo. It's like a fire danger, but especially up here, like having that pine scent in the house and everything at this time of year is awesome. And I've gotten very much back into it. And then when I started doing Santa Claus, when I started working at Define, and they bought me the Santa suit and was like, okay, I'm Santa. Put the suit on, looked in the mirror, was like, holy crap, I'm Santa.
You mean ho ho ho?
Yeah, ho ho ho. Holy holy crap, I'm Santa. And that's been super fun. And then COVID squashed that a little, but COVID squashed a lot of things.
Yeah, that was COVID's job.
Now this year it feels like it's back. Last year I dressed up and did a few videos for people and stuff, sent to their kids and stuff. But this year it's gonna be so fun to. Well, I hear that Santa may be showing up at the get down.
I heard he might be there.
I heard so too.
I heard he may. On pretty good authority.
With elves and a reindeer and the whole thing.
Yeah, loved it, hated it.
So like
loved it
like
again.
Chosen family kind of brought it back for you, you know?
Yes.
Like your Mel and Aaron, and it's like Chosen fam kind of had that resurgence.
Yeah, and plus up here being the Pacific Northwest, it seems so Christmassy.
Yeah, it's different in the desert
when it's the holidays. Yeah. Yeah, it's like in Vegas, like nothing was indigenous, including Christmas. It was like fake this, fake that. Like, oh, okay, but yeah, no, I love it up here.
We gotta take Jasper to go get a Christmas tree when he's here.
Yeah, we took him last year.
Yeah, go cut one down.
That was
with him.
super fun.
What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, what do you think?
I've always loved the holidays. I dig it, man. Coming from divorced parents, it was the only time of year that my parents were cool to each other. Like my mom and dad would be nice during the holidays and would talk on the phone. And so there was something to that for me as a kid. Like my mom and dad would talk to each other at Christmas time or Hanukkah. And my mom was really into it. Like she would put up a Hanukkah bush and a Christmas tree and would go all out.
Oh yeah, little Christmas villages.
I remember that when we became friends. I was like, you were my only friend. It was like, wow,
your only Jewish friend.
Yeah, you were my first exposure to like Hanukkah. I knew what it was and everything because you learn about that stuff, but like actually seeing it in action and then being like, damn, he gets to do Hanukkah and then he gets Christmas too.
Yeah,
that's dope. Cool. I'm convert.
And yeah, so she would go all out, and then my dad. It was just cool because my dad would kick me down fat at Christmas every year, and me and Apple would go do a bunch of drugs. So that was always fun.
Well, I remember too. Your dad was always like a pretty jolly person and everything, and even more around the holiday.
Yep. Yeah.
Is your dad still around?
No, he passed away in 2019. Right around like 3 days after Christmas.
On the 28th.
Yeah.
All love at Christmas,
dude,
and Hanukkah for you.
You were
loving it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was dope. And then once Mel and I got married and had kids, like it was on. I wanted to make it like the dopest time of the year for my kids. Always. Like I remember when we lived on Cayuga, Mel and I had our house. There was a fireplace in the living room, and one year the kids were asleep, and I took my work boots in the what?
You can't tell these stories.
Yes, I can. I took my work
if they
boots
don't believe?
and put them in the ashes, and then like made step marks out into the tree, and their minds were blown. Like he was here. Like they really like.
That's what my parents did that too.
Oh, really?
That's when I stopped believing in Santa because I was like, that's my dad's boots. Yeah, it backfired.
Oh, you did the detector. You're like, I know those boot marks.
Yeah.
They were young enough to not catch on, but that, and then there's just a feeling. There's a feeling to the time that's real. Like there is a holiday spirit that's a real feeling if you tap into it, and you can see it out in the world. Like people are different than the entire rest of the year. I know you see it working at TJ's. Like they're a little lighter for the most part, a little lighter. They're a little more apt to talk to each other. It's not as like, I don't know, hardcore.
People are more generous.
Way more generous and just more sweet. There's a vibe And I dig that.
Until they get in their cars.
Until they get in their cars and start driving. Yeah, it's
holiday
awful.
traffic.
Yeah. But yeah, I dig it. And I don't know. I wish that we could feel like that all the time. You know, it just feels like there's hope.
Do you ever feel like the holiday season and all these holidays in December are born from like the natural feeling of that time in the yearly cycle? Like this time of year is a time to be grateful, to like be, you know, because it's colder. Like,
Yes.
do you ever feel like it's born out of that?
I've never thought that thought, but that's
the cold. We were talking about that. Like in the wintertime, that's when it's more about family because it's cold. You're inside more. You're lighting fires. You're making the hot cocos and things. Even if it wasn't Christmas, you're still doing the hot cocos and the lighting the fire and bundling up. And there's something about that bundling up too. Like
if you think about like before any of the invention of fake holidays or any of that, like just like Jack was saying, just this time of year, the sun is setting really early. So before there was electric lights, we were on the clock of the sun rising and setting. So we were, like Apple just said, we were spending a lot more time indoors with the people that with our families or the people that were part of our communities.
Stories.
Yep. It was the time of year you were relying on your harvest. It was the dead of winter. So it was like you knew if you had enough to get you through or not at this point. And that's where the gratitude and all that comes from. So yeah, I think so for sure, Jack. And I mean, I think most people that are in our circle of friends and family know that these holidays are manufactured. I mean, they just are. It's a consumer thing at this point and whatever. And that I have seen that sour things for Mel in the past of like,
because
it's all about the gifts.
Well,
and it's bullshit.
I mean, you have to preface it though, because you really like presents and you expect them and you expect a lot of them, and you say you don't.
I don't.
Who, me?
But if I were to be the one that got you like a shirt and a card for Christmas, you would be so more bummed than our kids would be bummed.
I don't know about that.
Shoot.
Called out. I'll put everything on that.
Okay.
I'll put everything on that.
I'll back that up.
A couple, yes. You love presents, and this is not a condemnation at all. This is just like factual.
Yeah.
And it's Christmas like birthday, other stuff.
It's
care
Christmas.
Much about
exactly.
Christmas.
It's like
we're not
getting
have Christmas spirit.
Like last year, I was like, we're not going to do pajamas for like. He was like devastated. Yeah, we're gonna do fucking pajamas. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we're like you immediately, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna get you more stuff. I don't care if I budgeted this much. You're gonna like. So you put expectations on me.
Okay.
You can't be putting a budget on there.
And I hated it because I would have to get everyone's presents and then yours, and you got mine. And that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was,
you're true.
It was a lot of pressure on me. And I already, now I can talk about my family stuff. Like like I was saying earlier, it was just weird with my mom. My mom's birthday and my sister's birthday are in December. Mm-hmm. So that's all. And it's the week before Christmas. So it's like, my sister hated having that. And so we always tried to do something special. So there's like all these like special activities before the actual event. So it was like a lot of stress is what it was. It wasn't that I didn't like it. It just felt overwhelming for me to be the one to do all the things for the kids and my mom and my sister and you and then also like the in-laws, because you didn't really do stuff for your parents at all. So I like did I felt solo. So I didn't. And then so like the presents that I got amazing presents from you. Were a great gift giver, but I was like, fucking, I better after all that other shit. So I, in these last few years that we've all been together, it's been totally different. We have Jasper, which has given me definitely some more like excitement. And then I've got niece and nephew. So that's exciting. To me, honestly, I don't like the traditional Christmas. I wish that we could update it and do it different. Just kind of like Thanksgiving. I'm of the time of like, yeah, they are manufactured and I don't want to celebrate it like that, but we still do because I know you love it.
Well, that's why we started Flouch.
Well, but we don't celebrate Flouch. We still celebrate Christmas. So
Yeah.
I'm of the mind.
What's Flouch?
Flouch. Flouch.
Is this a made up holiday from No
Yes, it
Simple
is.
Road?
Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is,
No
Jack.
way.
Flouch is a made up holiday from No
It
Simple Road.
started 2 years ago.
Yeah, it can happen.
And-
it happens twice a year, and we don't. It just whenever.
And the gift giving is the best
Oh,
part.
it doesn't have a specific date.
No.
it floats.
It's based
And
on the
there's-
vibes.
Yep.
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 There's
And-
two flounches. One of them is whenever, and the other one is kind of near toward
the holidays.
Christmas.
Around the holidays.
Yeah, around the
And then
holidays.
the gift giving. Go ahead,
The
Apple.
gift giving's the best. I love that they came up with it. What you do is you take something that the person already owns, like something that that's been,
Regifting.
like for us, it's easy. We have a basement full of stuff, that we don't know is down there. But you take something, like if I was going to give you a gift, I'd have to swipe something from you and then
Regift
wrap it
it.
up
And give it to you.
regift it to you. It's got to be something they already owned,
Wow.
but something you believe they
Like
forgot
I would
about.
take your
or
shirt
something.
and wrap it and give
Yeah.
it to you, and I got you a shirt.
Yeah, and if you do it right, it's something they kind of forgot about. Not like
Exactly.
not like you're
So the joke is kind of like you're getting the gift, but it's almost like you didn't know it was missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're looking for something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, like, oh my God, I love
Totally.
this. And it's like, of course you do.
It's
You
yours,
own
dummy.
that. You just forgot about it.
Oh, your car actually wasn't stolen. I was just joking, dude.
I got you a really big
I know it's been a couple months, but it's a good bit.
That's why I had to get a bow for
That's
it.
a great idea, actually. And then
Wow.
the traditional Flouch greeting is right on.
This is awesome.
So yeah, we created that flounce, and
And we even had a Flouch bush last year.
yeah, we did. I bought a special tree for it, and we decorated it with hopes that we wanted for the future year. And so we put on some kind of
bus.
decoration of something that reminded us of our wish for the coming year. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was great. I just like that, like just updating it, minus not having to do that and Christmas, like changing it into something we all love. But you know,
We can
that's
do that.
And it
That's,
takes
my thought.
it takes the pressure out of like the gift giving and buying thing. You just go take something there and he'll.
So we're all waiting for the other one to leave for work so we can go rifle through their shit to find them a gift.
When I came up with the thought for that, it wasn't that invasive.
You were thinking
It
about
wasn't that invasive. Digging through people's shit. It was like,
How else are you going to do it?
Yeah,
well, you
got
leave
to.
shit laying around and you just
Yeah,
kind of swipe
okay,
it around.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
okay,
well,
that's
it's like
cool.
when you live with people, like except for it's
It
easy
was a
because we have so much
specific
stuff
No
in the
Simple
basement
Road-
and stuff.
Oh no, it's not
Well,
anymore.
no, it's not anymore.
It's done?
But
Flouch is no more?
Oh no,
Oh, no.
I was just saying
it's,
it
it's
was
out of the No Simple Road
the
house.
cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, we talked about it last year.
Yeah.
Friends know about it. And
I think John Beast
Did he
celebrates
celebrate
Flouch. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. So I mean, I love celebrating for any reason. So so that's right there. Just, you know, as you get older and like how like you're talking about the world, you start finding out things that's been hidden from us for all this time, and you don't want to fucking celebrate that shit based on what it's about. And I think that that's kind of where I'm at, but I still think that there's cause to celebrate, and there's cause to give people that you love gifts, and there's cause to have parties with your friends and family. That all that part is great, but like what it's about, that's kind of
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
there are gifts that aren't tangible items. You know, it's
Yes.
like I'm just thinking about that now, but it's like that's really
experiences
easily forgotten.
or time.
You know,
or-
love and care for someone.
Yeah.
I was at a party about a week ago, and I felt really bad. A friend that I came with, like I'd gone downstairs, we were having a good time, and the person I came with was not having a good time. They were kind of like alone in a room, and I didn't know, and they felt really alone, and like no one went and checked on them.
Aw.
Yeah, and I felt really awful because like I didn't know this was happening, but I kind of went with this person, and then they ended up getting a ride home. So like it was just a experience for me to, you know, to reach out, especially to close friends, and like not always just assume things are okay. I guess that's not like the best example, but
no,
No,
that's a
that's
good
a good
example.
segue. Absolutely, because
like-
people need to know that.
you know, going the extra mile to really check, because it's like, especially with the community thing, it's like it's all love, like we all love each other, But then it's like you also have to do work in that, and I forget about that sometimes. It's easy to just assume
That's a good
everyone
point.
knows you love
Really
them.
good point, Jack.
Everyone knows you care about them, but
How's
it's
it
like
coming out?
sometimes you just got to like give a little more effort.
Absolutely.
Well, and the flip side
I like that,
is
Jack.
true
That's
to-
a good message for this specifically.
the flip side of that is true too, Jack, because there's an individual that we know that like was going through some shit and had made themselves scarce while they were going through it, because they were like, well, my mom always said, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. And I didn't want to bring my shit around you guys while I was going through it. And I was like, look, family isn't only for when the good times are happening. Family is also for when the bad times are happening. They're the people that are there to support you. So I say the flip side of that is true. Yeah, check on your friends and make sure they're all right and all that. But if you're going through shit, reach out to your friends so that they can love you
as much
and
as you
help
can, you
Yeah.
know, because when you're going through shit, the last thing you really do feel like is reaching out. Like, I'm gonna call you with a saga. You know what I mean?
Hey, if it's gonna make you feel better,
I know that. I know you're like, hey, but sometimes that in itself is hard to do. So when you can do it, because it can change your attitude. It can change your whole being. If you just reach out to somebody and be like, just someone picking up and being like, hey, what's up? That right there, that greeting could be like, what? Like, what was I all bummed out about? You know?
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that too, because you do have to be vocal. You can't always assume everyone's gonna know you're having a bad time or something's going on.
No, I think most people
that would be
don't,
impossible
like
to
you
know
said. I know
everything.
most people usually think like everything's okay unless I hear likewise. You know,
Otherwise.
or otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Likewise.
Yeah, likewise would be the same thing. Thank you for correcting
Then
me.
everything's okay.
Yes. Yeah, everything's
All right,
okay.
so our recap is this. December 7th, No Simple Road is having the holiday get down at the Get Down here in Portland, Oregon, December 7th with Bodhi Mojo, Jack McGrane. He is our guy.
Hell yeah.
And then we have Sean McLean from the Vibe Tenders and
World's Finest.
Chris Cooch of the World's Finest. We've got Scott
Scott Gillian
from Garcia Birthday Band, and then we've also got Scott from Lost Ox, and then we've also got Love from Family Mystic. Who
And
did I
David
miss?
from
And
Sponge.
David.
David
David.
Richards from Sponge.
David.
It's a pretty hot cast of musicians.
Yeah, it's like damn.
That's
some
a hot
badass
ticket.
players.
Absolutely.
Some badass players.
And you have some musical surprises in store.
We got some surprises.
Love
We're doing
that.
a couple dead sets. We're doing 3 sets, and then the podcasts are in the middle. I'm not sure how much you guys have talked about it,
go
but
ahead.
we got the first set will be some originals and covers, and I think it's important to put a little original music out. especially
Absolutely.
with like a lot of these people have like amazing songs. So it's gonna be a little bit of everything, a lot of improvisation and family shit, getting together, jamming, and
Santa.
trying to put out the best we can, coming together.
And then the raffle that we're having for Karen, tickets are going to be $5 for one, $20 for 5, and you will receive it at that night, and it's going to be really amazing. Proceeds goes to Karen, the dancing lady, to keep her light shining as bright as possible, keep her vibes up.
So
wait.
We need you to do this now. Go buy tickets now.
Yeah,
do it.
not
Don't
wait.
wait until the day of the show. Go to
Come on.
www.nosimpleroad.com. There's a ticketing link there. There is also tickets. You can go to the getdownpdx.com and get tickets.
You don't want to wait till they're on StubHub for $1,000.
Don't do it.
No, this
No.
thing.
We don't support StubHub. You gotta get it from the website.
Yeah, I think it's first tier pricing still right now.
First tier pricing still.
That's right. So $15 per ticket, and then 20. It's going to go up to 20,
and then
25.
day
Day of show. So come on.
It's gonna be a cozy time.
Yes,
I'm
it
feeling
is.
like it's gonna be funky and cozy.
Oh yeah.
And that's-
Apple.
The thing I was going to add is we just would feel remiss if we did not give a huge shout out to Blake
Ooh, Blake.
of the Get Down.
Hell yeah.
For creating such an incredible venue that so many things have happened at, and so many things are happening at and going to happen
Popping
at.
off.
That club is special.
Yes, it
and
is.
so is Blake.
Yeah, and Blake, thank you
brother.
for helping us put this together and making it happen. And we're super stoked. It's going
All
to be
right.
an awesome December.
So if you're here, you better be there or be square. Be
Okay, so
square.
Jack, one more time your dates. So people want to come see you. They want to come support you, what you're doing. Give them some dates where you're
Yep.
going to be.
So every Tuesday in December at the Goodfoot, and that's with Strawberry Soul. We're going to be playing for 2.5 hours, be changing it up, lots of special guests. Could be super fun. October 29th and 30th at the Get Down with Bodhi Mojo, opening for Spafford. We got December 7th with No Simple Road at the Get Down. Lots of Get Down action.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I can remember right now.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That was pretty good, right?
That's a pretty
That's
good
all good stuff.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah.
And hey, if you're this is the time of year for you that sucks and you traditionally don't like the holidays and are having a hard time and you don't have anybody to reach your hand out to or whatever, you can always hit No Simple Road up in the DMs on Instagram. I will answer you personally. You have my word. And you can also email us if you want to have an email exchange at nosimpleroad@gmail.com. But yeah, man, don't go through it alone. There's no need for that, especially if you're listening to this show. You got us. So I hope that everybody comes out that can come out on December 7th to come party with us and celebrate and have a good time. And until then, take care of each other and smile at a stranger.
Love yourselves.
Safety third.
Support your local musicians.
Hydrate. Who's got our SOs? And we'll see you soon on December 7th.
And let's get down.
Getting down.
Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. 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 My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A=A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hi, this is Paul Phelps,
And this is Monica Strutt.
and we're from the Daily Music Business Podcast. We're joined by a number of other really great hosts in creating daily content with great advice for independent musicians just like you.
That's right. We put out episodes daily on all topics from music marketing to branding, advice on signing with a manager and label, and anything else you need to up-level the business side of your music career. We've got it covered.
Subscribe to the Daily Music Business Podcast today on your favorite podcast catcher.
Subscribe today to the Daily Music Business Podcast on your favorite podcast platform.